All right, today we're diving deep into the hidden layers of the internet. We're going to peel back the curtain on the digital underworld, looking at everything from the online betting ads you see constantly to the parts of the web most of us never ever see, the dark web.
So, let me just start by asking you a question. When you're scrolling through your phone, doing some online shopping, or streaming a show, how much of the internet, this massive digital ocean, do you think you're actually seeing? Well, the answer is probably way less than you imagine.
You see, the internet is kind of like an iceberg. The vast majority of it is completely hidden from our everyday view. So today, we're going to start at that familiar, glittering surface, and then, we're going to take a deep dive into the shadows below.
Okay, so our journey begins right at the very visible tip of that digital iceberg, a place that has become a huge mainstream part of the internet we all know, the world of online betting.
It is really not hard to see why online betting just exploded. I mean, think about it. The days of having to physically go to a specific place with its limited choices and set hours, those are long gone. Now the whole casino is right there, in the palm of your hand, ready to go 24/7 from your couch.
But it's not just about being convenient. These platforms are designed to pull you in with all sorts of tempting bonuses and promotions. And they keep you hooked with the absolute thrill of live streaming games and being able to place bets in real time as the action unfolds. It's an incredibly immersive experience, by design. But you know how it is. With any glittering, shiny surface, there are always some shadows lurking just below the waterline. So let's look past all that appeal for a second and really dig into the hidden risks that can come with every single click.
And this brings us to the really crucial question, doesn't it? That seamless, instant access is incredibly powerful. It's a huge draw, but it absolutely comes at a price. So, what is the real cost of putting a casino inside everyone's pocket?
The threats here are really serious. We're talking about everything from gambling addiction to straight-up fraudulent sites, and of course, major financial loss. But the key thing to take away here is that for every threat, there is a responsible strategy. You know, simple things like setting firm spending limits, always checking that a platform has a proper license, and, this is the big one, never, ever chasing your losses. Those steps can make all the difference.
Okay, so now we're going to leave those familiar waters behind. It's time to take a much deeper dive, way beyond the websites you can find on Google, and into the true hidden depths of the internet.
Welcome to the dark web. Now that's a term that gets thrown around a lot, right? But the actual definition is pretty simple. It's just a collection of websites that exist on encrypted networks, which means you can't find them with a normal search engine. It is built from the ground up for one thing: total anonymity. So how in the world does it achieve that anonymity? Well, the most common tool is called Tor, which stands for the onion router. And it works pretty much like it sounds. It wraps your connection in multiple layers of encryption, just like the layers of an onion. Your request gets bounced through a whole series of random computer servers all over the world, which completely masks your real location and basically erases your digital footprints.
This incredible power of anonymity, it creates a paradox. It's a world full of parallels, where the very same tool can be used for totally different and often conflicting purposes.
Really, the best way to think about it is as a double-edged sword. On one side, that anonymity can be a lifeline. It protects whistleblowers, journalists, and activists living under oppressive regimes. But on the other side, it can shield criminals, creating a safe haven for all sorts of illegal activity.
And this is what really challenges the popular idea of what the dark web is. I mean, sure, illegal marketplaces are a big part of it, but they are not the whole story, not even close. If you look at the data, anonymous forums for free discussion and platforms for whistleblowers actually make up more than half of the activity. So the reality is a lot more complex than its reputation suggests.
So if you put these two worlds side by side, you can really see this spectrum of digital risk. On the surface web with online betting, the risks are mostly personal, things like financial loss or addiction. But on the dark web, the risks become external and way more technical. We're talking malware, really sophisticated scams, and the constant threat of being monitored by law enforcement. The core concerns are just fundamentally different.
So after this journey from the bright surface all the way down into the deep, what's the big picture here? What are the main things we should all remember to navigate these digital shadows safely and smartly?
Okay, here's what it all boils down to. First, the internet is so much deeper than what we see every single day. Second, that convenience we all love almost always has a flip side of hidden risks. Third, anonymity is one of the most powerful and morally complicated tools humanity has ever created. And finally, your own critical awareness, just thinking before you click, is the single most important tool you have to stay safe out there.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The technology itself, whether it's a betting app or an encrypted network, is neutral. It creates these shadows, sure, but it also creates opportunities for light. The real question is, in this incredibly complex digital world that we've all built, what choices are we going to make?